Hi Stitchy friends, this is Jackie with Cross My Stitches. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, September 18th, 2018. My God, I can't believe that it is the middle of September already. I swear I'm going to turn around and it's going to be Christmas. Oh my God, no, not yet. We're not ready for this yet. I'm not even close to being ready for Christmas yet. Please, please, please slow down. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by to visit with me. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and watching. I greatly appreciate it. I love doing these videos. It is lots of fun to share what I love to do with all of you. So last couple of weeks, so it has been a couple of weeks since I've videoed, and it has been a crazy last couple of weeks only because, and those of you women who are over 40 will understand that I am in the midst of menopause, and it is just kicking my ass, and that's just putting it politely. It is just, it's been going on for a couple of years. I'm in my 50s, so it's been going on for a couple of years now. And the hot flashes and the night sweats and the forgetfulness. My hair is just falling out, which is horrible. And I'm just tired all the time. I can't seem to sleep at night, so I've got insomnia, and I'm tired during the day, and it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. So I'm not getting as much stitching done that I would like to do, and it is not being nice to me at this point in my life. So I'm not a happy camper about it. So if I'm kind of back and forth with things on this video, I apologize. I've got a note sitting down here, so I try to stay on track, and hopefully I'll be able to do that. So, and it is September, so here in Florida it is love bug season. So every May and September we go through the love bugs, which are here for the month, and they are horrific. So it is, those of you that don't know what love bugs are, they are little black bugs that fly all over the place, and I mean they are everywhere, and they, to put it mildly, they are just copulating, having sex. Little bugs having sex, flying around. You see them attached together, and I'll post a picture here. Of what my car looked like yesterday when I got to work after driving through the love bugs, and then there will be pictures of what actually I'm talking about, what they look like. So driving me nuts. You can see I have a yellow car, so, and that also attracts bugs. For some reason all the bugs think my car is a flower, so they all land on it. I'll show a picture of one of my favorite little bugs on my car. And so it's not fun. And of course the little black bugs all over the yellow is horrific, and I have to go out and clean it all the time to try to get the bugs off. And if you don't take the love bugs off, they do have acid in their DNA, so it does eat at your paint, so you have to be like diligent in May and September trying to keep the love bugs off. So that's no fun at all. So I'm dealing with that right now on top of everything. And so after that, we're gonna, let's see, I've already lost track. My memory has already shot me. So next thing I wanted to talk about was FFO. So I did get an FFO done. So this is a previous finish that I finally got finished. And it was the Barbecue from Tempting Tangles. And I had showed this when I finished it. And here is my FFO. So I made it into a little pillow, and it's so adorable. And I did raffia around, it's not raffia, it's y'all know what it is. You know what it is. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know what it is. Okay, you know what it is. So anyway, I put that around the pillow. This is the backing fabric, which is just adorable. Look at the little bear and the plaid jacket, so adorable. So that's going to hang in the RV. So next time we head over to the RV, I'll take it over there. I've got buttons here and stuff. It was a pattern in, I believe, the July, August 2000, 2018 pattern. 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032, 2033, 2034, 2035, 2036, 2037, 2038, 2039, 2040, 2041, 2042, 2043, 2044, 2045, 2046, 2047, 2048, 2049, 2050, 2051, 2052, 2053, 2054, 2055, 2056, 2057, 2058, 2059, 2060, 2061, 2062, 2063, 2064, 2065, 2066, 2067, 2068, 2069, 2070, 2071, 2072, 2073, 2074, 2075, 2076, 2077, 2078, 2079, 2080, 2081, 2082, 2083, 2084, 2085, 2086, 2087, 2088, 2089, 2090, 2091, 2092, 2093, 2094, 2095, 2096, 2097, 2098, 2099, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007 15 or 16 just cross stitch. It's 15 or 16. If anybody wants to know, I'll try to remember to post it below. But absolutely adorable. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm glad to have that finished. And I also wanted to show a couple of finishes that you guys have not seen before, that I've done before I started shooting Flosstube. So this one is a Lizzie Kate, and it's called If You Live to Be 100. I did it for my husband. So this is it here. And I loved it. I love doing it. Lizzie Kate's always fun to do because they're not real detailed, so they're quick. And this frame I happened to get at a Goodwill or a thrift store somewhere, and I think I paid $1 or $2 for it, so it fit in there perfectly. The only thing that I did change is this border along the bottom here is not part of the pattern. So this is actually, I believe, some portion of a pattern that was from, I want to say it's the free stitch along that was last year. It was Linens and Threads. They had that free long sampler they would do, and I took a little piece of the border and I stuck it up along here so that it had a bigger bottom to it. But absolutely love this. This hangs in our bedroom, and my husband loves it, so I wanted to show that. I also have some very old finishes, FFOs, that I want to show. And I only have them in picture form, so I'm going to show you pictures of things that I've done. This is Garfield the Cook, and it was from a book called Garfield Cooks Up the Storm, from Millcraft from 1984. Unfortunately, I didn't write a date that I finished this, but I'm sure that most of my pictures, not this one it looks like, had pictures, and these are from the 80s and early 90s. So I made that into a little towel. I have no idea what happened to this towel, but love that. And back then, I used to take the pictures of all my finishes, and then I had a little card that I would fill out and keep the information. So I'm so thankful I did that, because even though I don't have the items anymore, don't know what happened to them, I still have the pictures. This one here is Pumpkin Face, and trying to get it in the light. It was a pin, and it was from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, September, October 1990. And God, I wish I knew where this pin was. I absolutely love this. I've moved so many times, and between marriages and divorce and stuff like that, you lose stuff. So this, I want to find this magazine again and redo this, because I absolutely love that little pin. I would have loved to have worn that this Halloween. And then I also did this one, which was a patriotic one, also a pin, and just loved it, used to wear it all the time, don't know what happened to it. And this again was from Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, July, August 86, called Old Glory. And then I did Yosemite Sam. So there's Yosemite, and I still have him. He has been taken out of the frame, and he's put away right now, and I do still have him. And he was from, let's see, Looney Tunes book from Paragon. So I was really into, when I was in my 20s and stuff, I loved all the Looney Tunes, so Yosemite Sam was one of my favorites. I did finish this in 1991. Let's see, I have a pillow that I did, and I actually gave this to my mom, and it's a cat, and it's black and white head. And it was the book called Just Perfect from Leisure Arts in 1986. And I finished this in March of 1991 into that pillow. I was so proud of that pillow. That's the first time I had done a pillow finish, and it came out so cute, and it's still in my mother's home. The next one I did for my son when he was born, it was called Special Baby. You can see these. And unfortunately, I don't know what happened to this. In the middle of a divorce, somehow it never made it to me. So I have no idea if it's still around or it's not. If my ex-husband has it or not, don't know. It was from a book called Special Delivery from Stony Creek, and I did this on April of 1991. I did this one for my mother. It still hangs in her house. So it is called Mother, My Mother, My Friend. That was those frames that we used to have back then. We all had these very chunky wood frames. It is from Homestead Designs. And I didn't write a date of finish, but it looks like it has a 1992 date on the picture, so somewhere around there. Next is a dolphin design that I did into a t-shirt, so it was waist canvas, so I didn't take the whole shirt, but I did take a picture of the design. I love dolphins. I have a dolphin tattoo. So this was from a book called Home Sweet Earth from American School of Needlework, and it's done on 10 count waist canvas. So don't know what happened to that shirt, and it looks like it's dated 1993. Another one I did for my son when he was a baby. This is dated 1992, so that can't be him because he wasn't born till 2000. So let me go back for a minute. So maybe I didn't do that one for my son. Oh, you know who I did this for? I did this for my nephew. That's who this was for. And I had no idea, and I had it for the longest time because I took care of my nephew for several years when he was a baby. His parents were drug addicts and they couldn't take care of him, and he was going to the States, so I did. My mother took one child, I took the other child, and I had him for several years, and I think that's when I did this. So, and I did this one as well. So it's just a little bunny, and it's called Up, Up and Away, and it's in the book is It's a Baby Bunny from Dale Burdett. So, and that was done in 1992 as well. Don't know what happened to that. I made this for my mother and father for their house, called Hearth and Home. It is by Cross Creek, and it's done on 14 count Aida, because back then that's what I stitched on, and it still hangs in my mother's home. And then this one, which I wish I knew what happened to it because I absolutely loved it. This is Mickey Mouse riding Mother Goose, and this is from, oh, I don't know what book that's from, but it's done on 28 count blue Joblin over 2, and I finished it in August of 1992. So that's some of my old finishes that I have pictures of that some of the stuff I just don't know where it's at anymore, but I'm so thankful for the book that I have. There's a lot more in the book that I took pictures of everything and I kept them with information, so I was glad I did that, so at least I can see some of the things that I worked on through the years ago before I stopped stitching and you know, had my son and stuff. So I was grateful to have that stuff. So the next thing I want to share with you is my whips. So what am I working on? So I have several things going. I have some sales I'm working on and some other things. And one of the things that I started was Prairie School is when witchers go riding. So I'm doing this one up here. So, and the reason I started this is because lots of times my eyes are just so tired. I like working on the smaller count. So 28, not necessarily, well, 28 mostly, but I really enjoy 32, 36, and 40. And I, you know, because I just like that look. And sometimes my eyes are too tired, or I don't want to drag my magnifier out, or I might be in the car or whatever. So I decided I'd start this one on a 14 count Aida. So here it is. This is where I'm at right now. And I'm really enjoying it. And it is on 14 count with 3 threads because I like the coverage. I like it to have it coverage. And I just noticed I'm missing stitches right there. Right there. So I'll work on that. But I have to tell you something. For those ladies that work on Aida and work 3 threads on your Aida, kudos to you, okay? I have to tell you, those people that work on linen and work on the higher counts, they have nothing on you, okay? Nothing. Because trying to get 3 threads to lay flat and neat is hard. I don't know how many umpteen times I have pulled out stitches because I'm like, oh no, that's not laying right. So I have to pull it out and redo it. So I don't know if you can see it or not. I hope my stitches look really pretty because I have done them, some of them several times, and pulled them out and put them back in. So don't you take anything out of people that stitch on Aida. You need to give them props for if they're doing 2 and 3 threads and you're only doing 1. It's easy to get 1 to lay. I mean, the holes might be smaller and harder to hit, but it's easy to lay 1 thread. It's semi-easy to lay 2 threads most times, but 3 threads to get them all laying flat, boy, kudos to you girls and you guys that stitch on Aida. So I appreciate that you do that, and I'm probably going to do more of it only because it's a lot easier on my eyes, and I do enjoy doing it, and I can actually see it without a magnifier with just my glasses on. So anyway, so I'm working on that, so I enjoy doing that. The next one I'm working on is Mirabilia's Lady of the Flag. Now this is a SAL that started on 9/11, and a lot of people doing it. I will put the hashtag up above me here for the SAL, so if you're joined in and you want to post your progress on Instagram or on Facebook, you can add the hashtag so we can all see your progress. And I'll show you right now on this, where I am on this is I'm on the bottom half of this flag over here. So this is what I was working on. This is where I started. I started in the middle because I'm doing this on the 32 count We the People fabric, and I'm so nervous that this is not going to be centered. And I didn't want to take a chance of making it worse by trying to start at the top, because I really wanted to start at the top of the flag. A lot of people have done that. But with this fabric, it made it difficult, and I hope to God that I am centered. But this is where I'm at right now. So it's coming along pretty. I really love it. I would love to have had more done on it, but I've been so tired coming home from work that I haven't had much opportunity to stitch as I'd like. But it is looking beautiful, and I am loving it, and I will continue to work on it. So that's Lady of the Flag. I also did a little bit of work on my Halloween cat. I can't remember where it was the last time I showed it, so I'm just going to show it again because I'm not sure. Where's the little board here? Where I left off, but this is Satsuma Street's Halloween cat. I really want to get this done before Halloween. I really want to get this up. So I don't have much more to do. I just have this little section over here with the tree and the pumpkin and the cat. That's all I have left to do. So let's get this up. And there she is. Really cute. Love this design. So adorable. Loving how it's coming out. So, and I got all this tree done here, so I've just got to get the cat and the pumpkin, and I am going to may have to put other things aside and get this done because I really want this done before Halloween hits. So I've been working on that. And my last whip is the 'Tis the Season SAL. You know, there's a Facebook group for that if you're not aware of it. Lynette, sorry about that, it's my phone. Lynette Homesteading on the Home Front opened a Facebook page, and a lot of people are stitching this, and we're talking about the bird here, which is there she is right there. So which is this design right here, and I love that everybody chose different fabrics and different flosses, and they have different takes on it, so it's really lots of fun to watch. This is where I am with mine. I am doing this on 36 count wisteria, and I want to say it's Lakeside Needlecrafts, and then I over dyed it with some Rit denim because I wanted it to have some variegation, because the wisteria had really, it was just a pale blue and it didn't have any variegation, so I wanted to give it variegation. So this is where I'm at with it. Here's my bird. I am using different flosses for this. The bird itself is a Victorian motto sampler, and it is, I don't know if I brought that along with me. Where is it? Here it is. So I'm using, just so in case anybody wants to know, come here, floss. I'm using Garden Rose because I felt like it had more of a variegation than the one that was in the kit. Because I did buy the kit from her, but some of the flosses I felt didn't have enough variegation for what I was looking for. So I did sub some things out. Like sweet orange is what I used on the beak, and as you can see, pull this back up, on his little feet, I didn't do his feet orange because the bird doesn't have orange feet. He has like a brownish feet. So I did, grab all these flosses out here. So I did Wagon Wheel, which is Classic Colorworks, for his little feet, and then I did for, where is it? here it is. This one I love. For the leaf, which has the variegation, I'll show that again in a second. I used autumn leaves. That's gassed, and you can see it has so much variegation. It looks like an autumn leaf. So, throw this back in there. I'll show it again so you can see. I'm talking about this little leaf up here, so it has variegation to it. I am using the white that she included in the kit. So I'm really loving how this has turned out. I haven't worked on it in the past week, so I really need to get it out and start working on it again, because I do love working on her. Or him. It's probably a him, right? The colorful ones are hims, not hers. So I do enjoy working on him. So those are my whips. And then we're going to talk about some things that I have purchased. And after that, we're going to discuss some little tips and tricks and things that I have discovered that I think you guys will be interested in. So purchases. So let's talk about things that people have kind of gifted me. So I did have a drawing for the Lady of the Flag, the extra that I had, and Cindy had won it. So she received it. I sent her Lady of the Flag, and I did send her, I believe, some floss colors with it. And she sent me a note thanking me for Lady of the Flag, which is very sweet. Cindy, thank you so much. But I love what she sent me. She said that her husband had made these Needleminders. And so she sent me one. And look at that. It says, I heart stitching. And it's made of wood. And it's burned in the center with color. Let me see if I can grab it like that again. And it is adorable, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So thank you so much, Cindy. Love it. I'm going to be using that. Thought that was very sweet of you. It wasn't necessary, but I appreciate it that you thought of me enough to send that to me. And then I also received, what I had, oh yes, here it is. So I had posted, I know a lot of us had posted on Instagram, stitching wish list, or stitchy wish list. I think Bendy Stitchy had started that and had started asking people to post your stitchy wish list. So I posted mine, and I was contacted by Mary Ellen on Instagram with one of the items that I had posted on there, and she said that she had it and she would gladly send it to me, which I thought was so sweet. So I have Santa Claus by Raising the Roof. So I do have the patriotic one, which is Sam's Shorts and Stuff, I think is what it's called. And then I have the Santa Claus one. So because I really wanted to stitch these and hang them in my laundry area on the RV, which would be my bathroom, because I have a washer dryer in the bathroom. And so I was going to hang these on the door in there and switch them out with the holidays. So I was so thrilled to get that. Thank you so much, Mary Ellen. I greatly appreciate that. I also made some purchases, and I was thrilled to get some of these items. This one's a Prairie Schooler Happy Christmas. It is the cardstock version. I do not believe this has been released yet, and I got it at an awesome price. And I love this one. I'm a big Prairie Schooler fan, so anytime I can get these cardstock copies, I grab them up at a decent price, so I love that. And I'm trying to see what else. These all came from the same, I think the rest of this all came from the same place. I have really slowed down on my purchasing. I told you I have this cross-stitch hoarders and ornaments thing going, and so I've tried to cut myself down so that a package isn't showing up every day, because I'm sure my husband's like, what the heck? But I shopped at a store, at an online store, and for the life of me, I can't remember who was running the sale for Labor Day. I can't remember who it was. But I was thrilled to find some of these things that I've been looking at a good price. And one of them was the kit for Flag of Stars from Bent Creek. So I was shocked that I could find that at a shop and then on sale too. So it has all the fabric and the flosses. So another patriotic that I'll be getting done. I've been collecting the Prairie Schooler alphabet. So this one is Y and Z. happy to get that one. I think I'm down to only needing one, which is the GHI. I think is the only one that I'm still missing. So glad to have that. One more and I'll have that complete set. This one is Prairie Schooler Evergreen. It is the reprint, but that I don't care. I wanted it. I couldn't get it at a decent price. So love that. So if I end up getting the cardstock copy, I will gift this one on my site here, on my page, on my YouTube. It's called something. Yeah, that's at YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So I'll do that. So love that one. And that was done by, what really got me going on this was Helen. Helen D on YouTube. Hi, Helen. She did this and loved it, and I've been on the hunt for it ever since. I had seen it before, but I just didn't have the itch for it until I saw Helen, which is East Coast Crafter, by the way, because it just, again, just hit me in the head. And then I got this, which is Christmas Trees. Now, when I was at the retreat, you'll see, you would have saw in the retreat video that I shot that Mary had done. I think it was this one. That one she did. And these are quite large. I was kind of surprised how large they are. So that's what got me on the hunt for this particular book, because I really loved how large they were. And again, they're dimensional, so I kind of like that look. And then I started collecting the Cricut Collection seasons. So this one is autumn. So I have that one. I have spring. This one is summer. And the winter one was on back order with that shop. So I'm waiting for them to ship that to me. And that is all that I've purchased. So I'm kind of impressed with myself that I have cut down on my purchases. So I'm trying to keep telling myself I have tons. I have tons of stuff I don't need. If I need anything, it might be fabric or a floss or something, but I don't need any more patterns. Stop the patterns. Stop the madness. So let's see. What else do I have? So we talked about purchases. So now I want to show you some things that were like aha moments, or things that I have been working on that are stitchy related but not stitching. And I hope that you will find some interest in them. So the first thing is that I have one of these mag eyes, which is these little headlamps. It's like the magnifier that goes on your head. And I travel with it, and I was trying to figure out a way to travel with it so I don't scratch up my lenses, because I don't want my lenses getting scratched. Well, there you go, a grime guard. My 8-inch grime guard fits around these perfectly and protects the lenses. So now this is how I travel with this, or I keep it on my desk or in my stuff. I keep this on it to protect it. So I thought that was kind of, I'm like, oh, that, aha, look it, I could keep that protected and not have to worry about it. So I have that. I also was watching Leslie, Fat Cat Flossing. Hi, Leslie. And I can get that out. Hi, Leslie. And she was showing something. I'm not sure what it was, if she was showing something she was knitting on or something, but she had, she sent me a little package, thank you so much, got it, of something she was doing in chenille yarn. And I'm like, duh, you know, I'm hunting all over the place looking for chenille to do little smalls and stuff, to for pillows and stuff like that. I'm like, chenille yarn, that's what we need. So she had some, she sent me some of some chenille that she had in yarn for finishing. So this is the blue. So it is, it's soft, right? And it can go in this one, which is multi-2. But then after I saw that, I was on the hunt. I wanted something thicker. These are nice, but they're thin. And I found this over at Joann's. Now this was a loopy yarn. It had loops attached to it. So I cut the loops off. And I thought to myself, this is what I want. This nice, thick chenille look. And then I'm wondering, can I dye it? Because I've been dyeing fabric. Could I throw this in dye, and would it take dye? So you better believe, hopefully by the next video, I will show you some, because I also have another yarn coming from Amazon. My husband inadvertently, I throw it in my basket on Amazon because I wanted to save it for later, and my husband placed an order and he placed it with it, so it's showing up, so which is fine because it only cost me $2.80 with shipping. My Amazon Prime, gotta love it. And it's white, and I'm hoping it's nice and thick and fluffy like this so that I can attempt to dye some yarn, chenille yarn for finishes. So I'm excited about that. So I'm going to be working on that, and Miss Leslie, I'm going to send you some back as soon as I get some dyed, and it comes out. If it comes out good, I'm going to send you some for sending that to me. So I have that, and then, so that's that. I've been working on making my own Needleminders. So I love that all these people make Needleminders and all these different things, but I kind of like my stuff to coordinate, and I don't always want to put out money for that kind of stuff, only because number one, I'm trying to stop spending, but number two is that if I can make it myself, I will attempt to make it myself, and that's money that I can use to buy more stitchy stuff that I'm going to actually use. So I started making these Needleminders. So this is one of them, and it's from the Coffee Quaker. And you can see what I did, and you'll be like, duh. I took photographs of my needlework or of the pattern cover, and it's on a washer, so it's glued to the back of a, it's glued to the back of a washer, and then on the top of it, now this one I happen to, you can see it's got black, I took a Sharpie around the edge, but this, what I took was this stuff that's called Glossy Accents. You get it in the paper crafting section, and I coated the top so it's protected, and there it is. So this is another one I just finished last night, and I just showed you the When Witches Go Riding, and look, it's a little Needleminder. You see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get good light. There we go. So, and again, it's on a washer. So magnets will stick to it. So there's a magnet, it'll stick to it. And it's got that stuff in it. You can put a lot or a little. The first one was very flat. You guys can see all this, see how flat that is. But this one's got a little bit, it's raised because I put more glossy accents on it. So let's talk about what I do. I use washers. So I go over to the hardware store and get, these are 1-inch washers. Okay, I use a 1-inch punch, and I get pictures, and what I do is I take pictures of the covers of my cross stitch, whatever one, so you can see I have my Hawk Run Hollow here, and I have my Lady of the Flag, and I take it at different distances. So I take these all on my phone. I go over to my CVS, and I push the button that says mini prints, and these are 4 2x3s. And I print them out. So 35 cents for 4 pictures. And then I punch holes. I set my punch up. So if you, let's see, do I have one here? So, Hawk Run Hollow. So when you punch, you put your punch backwards. So you can see through the hole. See how I can see what I'm punching? Then I can punch out exactly what I want to show in here. And I take pictures at different distances, closer or farther away, because I'm not sure how it's going to fall in my punch. So I make sure I do enough so that I can get what I want. So like I have, there's my hawk from Hawk Run Hollow. Okay, I haven't put the glossy accents on the top yet. I've just glued it to the washer. So there's my hawk. I have another one, the picture was further away, so there's the hawk with part of the design. I have, let's see, there's my cat from my Satsuma Street Halloween cat. Lady of the Flag, there she is there. Right, here she is again, a different angle and view. Really easy to do. Glue your picture, so you punch your picture out, you glue it to the magnet. Oops, let me get it on. So you get some glue. I use, and you can use probably any glue, but I found this E6000 in this little mini tube, and it's got a little concentrated lip. So I use that to glue my picture onto my magnet, and I leave it sit for several hours. And then I take my glossy accents, and you don't want to shake this, you don't want it to have any bubbles in it. So if you store it upside down, the bubbles will all rise to the top, and when you go to use it, you just run it, you lay this flat on your surface and run this around, and you just make sure you keep putting it in. It will not run over the edge, okay? Unless you put way too much, it won't run over the edge. But you can put a really good amount, and it will slowly spread out to the edge. And if it's not spreading out to the edge, add a little more, or just touch your tip to it and just swirl it a little so it pushes it to the edge. So, and that's how you do it, and you let this dry overnight. So if it has any bubbles in it, so once you get it all laid out, if you see little bubbles, take a needle and poke the needle in to the bubble and just slowly drag the bubble to the end so it'll come off. And they come out great. So I have one here, so just so you can show you. I don't know if you guys can see that. It has, I don't think you can see it. It has a little bit of bubble. See that little bubble right there by the drink? Because I didn't pull the bubble out. But it's still a great needle minder. It'll work just fine, and I'm going to use it. So I thought that was a neat idea for those of you who can't afford to go and order needle minders and pay for shipping and all those other things. You can do it yourself. And the washers are great. You can get them in any size. And I was going to show you, if you want to color your washers, you can. So alcohol inks, Sharpies. This is alcohol ink. This is over in the paper craft section, and it's an ink that will stick to metal. And this is this is a washer, and this is when I was into jewelry making. I was doing some washer jewelry. So this is one of the ones that I had done that I hadn't finished, and you can see it's very shiny. I had put some of that glossy accents over the top of it to protect it. I did these as well. These are washers, and see, this was supposed to be like this. That's the way this was going to go, and then it was going to be wire wrapped. But it has the same thing. It's got glossy accents, and it's got the alcohol inks on it. So you can see that but I never did finish it. It was one of those phases I was going through with jewelry, so I never finished it. But you can get the washers in any size. You can get punches in any size. And it's real simple to do, and it's economic. Washers, I mean, they cost you 10 cents a piece, 12 cents a piece over at the Ace Hardware or any hardware store that you have. The pictures, like I said, you can get 4 on a sheet for 35 cents over at CVS. You could do this at Walmart. It might be cheaper, but you can just go in on the machine and do mini prints. You can also, this is another idea. I took full pictures of my covers of my designs, and I put 2 to a page instead of 4, and I made these little tags to hang on the outside of my bags. So if you have a bag that you can't tell, you can't tell what's in the bags, look, you can just hang a picture, punch a hole in it, get little jump rings and a little clasp, and this one I put the date that it's starting, so I have my start dates and my end dates on it. But it's strong. The picture won't tear, and it's hanging on the outside of my bag. So now when I see my bag, I can tell what's in my bag. It's this. So I love that. It's a great idea. There's my Halloween cat one, right? My Prairie Schooler one, and they're just pictures that I punched a hole in, right? Here's my Lady of the Flag. Right, I started her on 9/11. I wrote on there 9/11. You can write anything you want on the back, what your fabric is, when you started it, who the design is, and then hang it on your bag so you'll know when you look at it, this is what I'm working on. That's what it is. So there's another great tip, and I love making these and having fun with it. I'm just that kind of person that likes to do little crafty things. So that is lots of fun, and hopefully you'll do those as well. It'll help you out, keep track of what's in your bags. Let's see, do I have any other things on my list? I think I discussed everything. I can't think of anything. Oh, look, I meant to show this before. This is I don't know if you guys can see that. Over at the Brick City retreat, this is what they gave us. They gave us cups with the retreat and the date on it, It says Bare Bones Retreat 2018, Brick City Cross Stitch. So I have that sitting on my desk. And, oh, one other thing. See, I keep finding things. I'm always looking for ideas on how to store floss and stuff. So I found this, didn't know if anyone was interested in it or not, but I thought it was interesting. I'm thinking about doing it, not sure. But a lady over in one of the Facebook storage solution groups, there's a cross stitch storage solution group, came up with this idea for storing floss. And they are, this is a quart-size Ziploc bag, and she made up these little design, I don't want to call it design, she come up with this to put the numbers on. This is cardboard, so it's just a piece of cardstock. You fold it to fit the thing, you punch holes to fit your floss, so if you have multiples of the same one, and then I like that you cut your floss, because I normally use my floss all the same length. So this is really nice, and this is 2 skeins. So that's got 2 skeins in it. This will go in the envelope like this, and you can fit up to 10 skeins of floss, just regular DMC floss, and cut it all to the length you need, and then throw it in the bag. So when you need it, you can just pull it off of there and add it to a floss card or something, whatever you're using. I don't know, but I like that they're all like this, and then of course they'd all be stacked in a box. So I'm thinking about that. I'm not sure. Right now I keep it all in a big tote on rings with a file folder system. A lot of people have seen that. I think Vonna keeps hers that way. Several people keep theirs that way. So I'm always looking for alternatives on how to keep it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not, but thought I would show that if anyone was interested. I think that is it, and that's all I have. Thank you so much for coming today and spending some time with me. Oh, I wanted to show you. So years ago, sorry, this is my scatterbrain again. Years ago, I did stained glass. So I did many, many stained glass pieces. And I wanted to show you because I have one hanging in my window. So I'm going to spin you guys and try not to make you sick. But you can see it right there. That's one of my stained glass pieces hanging in my window. Just love it. Finally got my husband to hang that up over the weekend. So I love looking at it. And I have so many other stained glass pieces that are put away that I really need to get out. And then, of course, this is part of my crafty, messy room. But I wanted to show you also those that you made comments about Lady of the Flag, that there she hangs right there at my door. So absolutely love her. She is awesome, but I'm still thrilled to stitch my own. That's eventually going to have to come apart and be cleaned and stuff, but for the time being she's hanging up in my room. I'm going to spin you back real slow. So I'm loving that. And you can see I'm on the street there. You can see outside it's nice and sunny today in Florida and hot and humid. So I'm not looking forward. I do have to go to work this afternoon. I'm part dressed now for work, but I gotta finish getting dressed and go. I'm hoping that I can get this uploaded before I leave. I'm gonna work on that. I'm also going to post at the end. Some people have commented about the photos that are sitting on my wall that I've taken because I'm also into photography. So I am going to include a few pictures on the end of this video of some pictures that I've taken. Most of them are wildlife pictures. I love going and taking pictures of animals and flowers and stuff and wildlife and nature. So that's what the pictures are. So again, thank you so much for coming today and spending some time with me. Hopefully this didn't drag on too long. It's probably going to be one of my longer videos. And I look forward to giving you an update again in a couple of weeks. I know this is running a little late. I was supposed to do this on Sunday, but I just wasn't feeling well and didn't want to shoot a video when I'm not feeling too well. And until next time, I hope you get a lot of stitching done. I hope you enjoy your afternoon or your evening or your day, and I will see you then. Take care. Bye.